Welcome back to our channel History Coins HD. As you that old is gold, but these rare $quarter coins that are most valuable than you think, don't spend one of them. You're lucky if you have one of these, so please watch complete video and find your treasure. Let's start this. Coin number 1. Today I am going to share with you something truly fascinating, a story about a coin that many people pass by without ever knowing its hidden power. We are talking about the rare United States of America Washington $quarter from the year 1965. This is not just any ordinary quarter. This coin carries history, rarity, and surprising value for those who understand its uniqueness. So stay with me until the end, because the story behind this coin will surprise you, and I will also tell you what its real market value is today. The year 1965 was a turning point in American coinage history. Up until 1964, quarters were made of 90% silver, but because of the rising cost of silver, the U.S. Mint decided to change the composition. From 1965 onwards, quarters were struck in a copper-nickel clad design. This shift means the 1965 quarter was the very first year of this brand new type of metal blend. For collectors, that first year issue is always special, because it represents the beginning of a new chapter in coinage history. But what makes the 1965 Washington quarter stand out even more are the rare pieces that slipped through the mint with mistakes. Yes, you heard that right. Some of these coins were accidentally struck on the old silver planchets that were left over from the previous year. Imagine that, a 1965 coin but struck on 90% silver instead of the intended clad metal. These error coins are extremely rare, and collectors chase them with passion because they are living proof of a historical transition. Owning one feels like holding a secret piece of American mint history in your hands. Collectors also look for doubled dies, striking errors, and other unusual minting mistakes in this year's quarter. Each of these rare variants can lift the value of the coin to unbelievable levels. When found in pristine, uncirculated condition, the demand for such coins skyrockets. Auction houses, private collectors, and dealers are all eager to secure them because they know how few exist and how high the bidding can go when one of these beauties comes up for sale. If you are a collector or even someone just starting in this exciting hobby, here's a tip for you. Always pay close attention to 1965 quarters you come across. We often think of them as pocket change, but the truth is, a careful eye could reveal something extraordinary. Weigh the coin if you can, because the silver error quarters weigh slightly different from the clad ones. Check carefully for sharp details and unusual features. And if you find one that looks special, don't let it slip away. Get it checked by a professional grading service. The thrill of collecting is that you never know when you might uncover a hidden treasure. Many collectors have pulled coins out of rolls, bags, or even old family jars and later discovered that they had something worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. The 1965 quarter is a perfect example of that thrill and possibility. It's a coin that teaches us to never underestimate the smallest things we hold in our hands. Now let us talk about its value, because this is the moment every coin lover waits for. A regular clad 1965 quarter in circulated condition may only be worth its face value, but the silver planchet error coins are on another level. These have sold for astonishing amounts in auctions across the United States. Some have reached over $5,000 in certified high grades, while others in nearly perfect condition have touched almost $10,000 in major coin sales. Imagine finding a quarter in your change and learning it could be worth the price of a used car. That is the magic of this coin. So the next time you see a quarter from 1965, don't just flip it aside. Look at it carefully, hold it under the light, and think about the history it carries. This coin marks the end of silver coinage and the start of a new era. For collectors, it is a treasure worth seeking, and for those lucky enough to find the rare silver error, it could mean thousands of dollars in real market value today. Friends, that is the beauty of coin collecting. It's not only about money but about stories, history, and the excitement of the hunt. The 1965 Washington quarter proves that treasures can be hidden in the most ordinary places. So keep searching, keep collecting, and who knows, you might be the next person to discover a gem worth thousands. Thank you for joining me today. If you enjoyed this story and want to hear more about rare and valuable coins, make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out. Until next time, happy collecting and may your next coin find be the treasure of a lifetime. Coin number 2. I am going to reveal to you one of the most exciting coins from American history. the Washington quarter dollar from 1974. Now, this may look like just an ordinary coin to the untrained eye, but let me tell you, there are secrets hiding in this coin that can shock you. I will explain its uniqueness, its rare errors, and why collectors are always keeping their eyes wide open for it, so don't miss a single word because this could be the coin that changes your collecting journey forever. The year 1974 was an interesting time for the United States Mint. The country was moving toward preparing designs for the coming bicentennial celebration, but before that special release, quarters of 1974 carried the traditional Washington portrait and eagle reverse. Millions of these coins were struck, but here's the thrill: within that mountain of mintage are rare error coins that make collectors' hearts beat faster. These are the ones that command high attention at auctions and in private collections. One of the most famous errors linked to the 1974 quarter are the double die varieties. These can appear on the obverse with doubling in the inscriptions like "In God We Trust," or on the reverse where the lettering shows shadows and splits. Imagine holding a coin where the minting press slipped for just a second and created a double detail that should never have left the mint. That small mistake today can make the difference between a common coin and a true rarity worth serious money. Collectors also look for off-center strikes and clipped planchets from 1974 quarters. These kinds of errors are not just mistakes, they are unique art pieces created by accident in the minting process. Each error is one of a kind and cannot be repeated again, and that is what gives them so much charm and value. A perfectly centered coin is expected, but when you see one where the design is shifted or the rim is missing, you immediately know you are looking at something special. Now let me share a tip for all the collectors listening carefully. Whenever you come across a 1974 quarter, don't dismiss it as just pocket change. Take your time, look closely with a magnifying glass, examine the details in the lettering, the date, and the rims. Sometimes the difference between a common coin and a rare collectible is just a tiny doubling or a slight error that only careful eyes can catch. And remember to always store your finds properly, because condition adds power to value. A pristine uncirculated coin will always attract far more attention than a worn piece. Think of the excitement when a collector finds one of these rare error coins inside a roll of quarters or even in loose change. It feels like discovering buried treasure, and many real examples prove this thrill. There have been cases where a 1974 Washington quarter with a dramatic off-center strike or a strong double die was sold at a coin show in New York or listed in an auction in California, and it sparked bidding wars among eager collectors. That is the level of demand we are talking about here, and that is why this coin is a hot subject in the world of numismatics. Now it's time for the part that excites everyone: the value. A regular clad 1974 quarter in circulated condition is only worth its face value, but once you step into the world of rare mint errors and pristine quality, the price rises like fire. A strong double die or major off-center strike in uncirculated condition has sold in real markets for as high as $5,000, and in some auctions, pieces have even reached close to $10,000 depending on the uniqueness and demand at that moment. Imagine a quarter in your drawer today going for the price of a motorbike tomorrow. That is the thrill of collecting rare coins. So my friends, the Washington quarter dollar of 1974 is not just another coin, it is a mystery waiting to be solved. It hides treasures among its common mintage, and only the sharpest collectors can uncover them. If you are serious about collecting, always keep your eyes open for these exciting pieces, because they are out there, and they are worth every bit of your attention. Thank you for staying with me through this journey into the world of the 1974 Washington quarter. If you enjoyed this story and want to discover more rare coins and their hidden secrets, then make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and tap the notification bell so you never miss a new treasure story. Until next time, happy hunting, happy collecting, and may your next coin find be the one that brings you joy and fortune. Coin number 3. I am going to take you deep into the world of one of the most exciting quarters you can find, the United States Washington quarter dollar from 1988 with the D mint mark from Denver. Now many people pass this coin without thinking twice, but for a true collector this coin is far more than just pocket change. It carries rarity, history, and hidden secrets that make it a treasure worth knowing about, so stay with me till the very end because I will reveal what its true market value can be and you do not want to miss that thrill. The 1988 D Washington quarter was part of a very large mintage at the Denver Mint. Millions upon millions rolled out into circulation, but within that huge number are coins that stand out because of their condition and their errors. And let me tell you, collectors always chase those rare survivors that look different from the rest. Think about it, thousands of hands have touched these coins, yet some manage to survive without scratches, marks, or wear. Those are the coins that sparkle for collectors, the ones kept aside in uncirculated rolls or mint sets. When you find one in pristine condition, you are holding something very few people still own today, but condition alone is not the only thing that makes the 1988 D quarter special. The real thrill comes when we talk about mint errors. Error coins from this year can include doubled dies, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, and even coins struck on the wrong metal planchet. Each of these mistakes turns a common coin into something extraordinary. Imagine pulling out a quarter and noticing the date doubled or the lettering slightly shadowed, or even the entire design shifted off the center. That is the kind of unique magic collectors dream about and pay high prices for. Another fascinating fact is that some 1988 D quarters show weak strikes or misaligned dies. At first glance, someone might dismiss them, but to a sharp-eyed collector, these are gems because no two error coins are exactly the same. Each one tells its own story of what went wrong at the Denver Mint during production, and that uniqueness is what drives the demand through the roof. Now let me give a tip to all the collectors watching this carefully. Whenever you get your hands on quarters from the 1980s, don't just stack them away. Take out your magnifying glass and study the coin closely. Look at the date, the mint mark, the lettering, and even the edges. Weigh the coin if possible to make sure it matches the standard weight, because sometimes a planchet mistake gives it away. And remember, the better the condition, the better the value, so always store your rare finds in protective holders to keep them safe for the future. Collecting is not just about finding, it is also about preserving. There have been real examples of these coins selling at impressive numbers. A rare 1988 D Washington quarter with an off-center strike sold at an auction in Texas, and the bidding went higher than anyone expected. Another one with a strong double die obverse was snapped up in a California coin show by a passionate collector who paid a premium to secure it. This shows you the high demand that surrounds these error coins, and how serious the market is when one comes up for sale. And now the part every coin lover has been waiting for, the value. A normal circulated 1988 D quarter may only buy you a piece of candy, but a rare mint error coin in uncirculated condition can fetch thousands of dollars. Yes, you heard that right, thousands. Some of the finest examples with dramatic errors have sold for as high as $3,000 in coin auctions, while exceptional pieces in near perfect grade have gone beyond $5,000 in private sales. Imagine turning a single quarter into thousands just because you noticed what others overlooked. That is the thrill and beauty of coin collecting. So my friends, the 1988 D Washington quarter is more than just a small piece of metal. It is a chance at discovery, a reminder that treasures still hide in plain sight, and a lesson for collectors to never ignore the coins in their hands. If you take the time to look closely, to search patiently, and to preserve carefully, you might just unlock a fortune from a coin that many others never thought twice about. Thank you for joining me today on this journey into the world of rare quarters. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell so you don't miss our next exciting discovery. Until then, happy collecting, keep your eyes sharp, and may your next coin find be the treasure that brings you joy and fortune. Coin number 4. We are talking about a very special piece, the Washington quarter dollar from 1994 with the D mint mark from Denver. Now you might think a coin from the 90s is too modern to be valuable, but let me tell you, hidden inside this coin are stories of rarity, minting errors, and collector demand that will make you look twice at every quarter in your pocket. Stay tuned until the very end because I am going to reveal the actual market value that this coin can reach, and trust me, it is more thrilling than you imagine. The 1994 D Washington quarter was struck in very large numbers at the Denver Mint, part of the regular clad coinage of the time. On the surface, it looks ordinary, carrying the classic portrait of George Washington on the obverse and the bold eagle design on the reverse. But within that huge mintage, there are coins that shine above the rest, coins with errors and pristine condition that have become prized treasures among collectors. And this is where the story becomes very exciting. One of the fascinating features of this coin is the presence of mint errors. Some of the most talked about include off-center strikes, doubled dies, and clipped planchets. Each of these mistakes happened during production and turned out to be blessings for collectors. Imagine a coin where the design is shifted, or the lettering shows doubling, or a small piece of the planchet is missing. These are not flaws to collectors, these are rare gems that make the coin stand out in the world of numismatics. Collectors also keep an eye out for coins in the highest grade possible. The 1994 D quarter in circulation is common, but in mint state condition with full luster and sharp details, it can be a star of a collection. Many coins from this year were used in everyday life, tossed around and worn down, so finding one in brilliant uncirculated quality is much harder than it sounds. That rarity and top grade adds serious value to the coin, especially when it is certified by a professional grading service. Now let me give you an important tip if you are a collector or a coin hunter who enjoys searching through rolls and change. Always pay close attention to the weight, the strike, and the details of a quarter from 1994. Compare it to a regular one and see if anything looks different. Errors often hide in small details, so a magnifying glass is your best friend. And remember to protect any coin you suspect might be rare by keeping it in a holder or case, because preserving its condition will preserve its value too. The demand for these coins is real and growing. I have seen examples of 1994 D Washington quarters with dramatic off-center strikes sell at coin shows in Chicago and even at auctions in Florida where collectors were bidding with enthusiasm. Another collector in California paid a premium price for a near-perfect mint-state example, simply because coins in such high quality are tough to find today. These stories show how strong the market is and how much excitement this coin can generate among serious buyers. And now, the moment we have all been waiting for, the value. A regular circulated 1994 D quarter may only buy you 25 cents worth of something, but a rare mint error or a coin in high mint state condition can be worth serious money. Some of these coins have sold for as much as $1,000, and the finest graded pieces and rare error varieties have gone for $2,000 or even more in auctions and private sales. Imagine pulling a quarter from your pocket and realizing it could pay for a weekend vacation. That is the kind of thrill we are talking about here. So my friends, the 1994 D Washington quarter is proof that treasure can still be hiding in plain sight. It is a coin from a modern decade, yet with its rare errors and scarce top-grade survivors, it has become a hot item in the collecting world. If you love coins, never overlook the ones that look ordinary, because sometimes those are the coins that can surprise you the most. Thank you for spending this time with me as we explored the story of the 1994 D quarter. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like it, subscribe to the channel, and tap the bell so you don't miss out on our next discovery. Until then, happy collecting, keep hunting, and may your next find be the treasure that changes your collection forever. Coin number 5. We are going to explore a truly fascinating piece of American coinage history, the United States Washington quarter dollar from the year 1973. This coin may look like just another everyday quarter to some people, but for collectors, coin lovers, and treasure hunters, it carries a uniqueness and charm that makes it stand apart from ordinary change. If you are a true coin enthusiast, you should listen very carefully because the details I am about to share can help you understand why this coin is in such high demand among collectors, and why some versions of it can bring exciting value in today's market. The 1973 Washington quarter was minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, and while millions were produced, certain varieties, errors, and well-preserved examples make them very desirable. Collectors often search for sharp strikes with strong details, quarters with unusual minting mistakes, or those preserved in brilliant uncirculated condition straight from the mint sets. These are the coins that rise above the rest, because rarity and quality together create the perfect combination that collectors dream of adding to their collections. One of the features that makes this coin even more thrilling is the hunt for errors. Sometimes coins come out with doubled dies, off-center strikes, or missing details that turn an ordinary quarter into a small treasure. These errors not only make the coin stand out, but also create a story behind it, and every collector loves a story connected to history. Imagine holding a coin in your hand that was meant to be just regular currency, but because of a rare error, it has now become a prized possession worth many times its face value. That is the magic of the 1973 Washington quarter. For collectors, I always recommend paying attention to the condition of your coins. A coin with scratches and heavy circulation will never bring the same thrill or price as a coin that has been protected and shines with its original mint luster. So, if you happen to come across one of these coins in pocket change or inherit a collection from family, always check carefully for mint marks, errors, and condition. Quarters from Denver with sharp details and clean surfaces are particularly loved by collectors, and the proof coins from San Francisco are also highly sought after when found in excellent shape. When it comes to value, the original market worth of this coin in excellent preserved condition is around $50 in auctions and coin shows, and certain error coins can go for even more depending on demand. Collectors in cities like New York, Los Angeles, and Chicago have paid strong prices for high-grade examples, showing just how much excitement surrounds this piece of American numismatic history. So my friends, the 1973 Washington quarter is not just a coin you flip into a vending machine, it is a piece of art, a piece of history, and for the right collector, a piece of treasure. Whether you are a beginner just stepping into the world of coin collecting or a passionate collector with years of experience, this coin is one that teaches you how important it is to look carefully at every detail, because what may seem ordinary to many could be extraordinary to you. Coin collecting is about patience, passion, and discovery. The thrill of finding a coin like this and realizing its true worth is something no collector ever forgets. So keep your eyes open, keep your passion alive, and never underestimate the power of a simple quarter in your hand.